Cray cray. Makes me cringe. Okay, so I am just basically going to do an everyday glam look. I feel like sometimes that's the best way to kind of do a review on an eyeshadow palette, for me anyway, because I want to show you guys. You know, sometimes, none of this is making sense. Sometimes when you buy a new eyeshadow palette, the best way to tell if you want to keep it or not is to see how it performs doing a look that you would wear mostly every day, because that's why you bought it, right? To do a look that you want to do all the time. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it as we go along. The palette itself is my favorite kind of packaging. I love this kind of thick cardboard packaging. I personally love this glitter. If you're new, hi, welcome to the Crazy I Make Videos Nonsense, and I love glitter, okay? So it is what it is. When you open it up, you have these beautiful flowers. I wish this was just like an open mirror, because I've tried to do my makeup with this mirror and I just get distracted with the petals around it. It is a cool design, but it's not a mirror that I would personally use. Maybe that doesn't bother some people. Cat's Pajamas, really cute name. I'm a new subscriber to Laura Lee, so I don't really know too much of like what she says all the time or quotes or whatever, but I have heard her say some of these phrases that the eyeshadows are named. When I open this eyeshadow palette up, I immediately think this is an eyeshadow palette that I would reach for every day. These are definitely eyeshadow shades that I have seen before, but I like the color scheme being located in one eyeshadow palette, because sometimes I'll reach for plummy shades and gold shades out of different palettes. So I do appreciate that all of those type of shades are in one palette for $40. I think the price point is fine. I've tried this eyeshadow palette. I don't think it's the best quality, and I don't think it's the worst quality. I think it's about a $40 eyeshadow palette quality. I guess we're just going into a full review without this makeup. Overall, I do enjoy this eyeshadow palette. I will discuss how I feel about the eyeshadow formula when we go along. I know a lot of people were comparing this to the ColourPop eyeshadow palette. I don't own that eyeshadow palette. I do like ColourPop eyeshadows. I feel like these eyeshadows, to me, feel better quality and last longer on my lids throughout the day. So let's just get into this. You know, I don't really have a preformed opinion because, like I said, I'm a new subscriber to Laura. You know, I didn't even know she was from Alabama until like a few weeks ago or something. I heard her say it on Snapchat, which is cool because I was born and raised in Alabama, so that's cool. Okay, so I am just going to dip into Okie Dokie, which is this first shade that's kind of a matte bone shade. This shade, now this is the shade that I feel is a little bit powdery, but it is really pigmented. Some people, this might even be a matte highlight shade. For me, this is kind of like an all over corrector shade because it's like the color of my skin tone. And like I said, my only complaint with that, has really great pigmentation. It does feel a little like dry, like a dry eyeshadow, and it is powdery. When I stick my brush in it, it does have a fair amount of kick up. It's not too soft, but it definitely is powdery, unlike the rest of the shadows that I've tried. So now I'm taking Bomb Diggity on a 217, and I am just running this through my crease. Like I said, this might not be the most exciting look, but this is a look that I would wear on the daily, so that's why I wanted to do this, to kind of show you this is how I form my best opinion of an eyeshadow palette. Is it going to give me the look that I want to wear most of the time, you know? Because I don't wear a crazy smoky eye all the time, but I do love an everyday glam look. So I'm just blending that kind of on the top of my lid as well. And I do like this. This is like almost like a dirtier version of Max Wedge, which is my favorite crease shade in the world. Overall, these eyeshadows, I do not feel like they're hard to blend. I don't feel like, you know, you can't build them up without getting muddy. You can use all these shades in this palette together, mix and match, and you're not going to get a muddy look, which I truly appreciate. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to take Cray Cray, which has always been one of my most, like, I do not like when people say cray cray. Never did. but I do like this eyeshadow shade. Cray Cray makes me cringe, but the actual shade is like, you know, like that perfect bronzer that's really almost too pigmented for your face, but you like to use as an eyeshadow. That's what I feel like Cray Cray is. I'm taking a smudge brush with the shade Cray Cray on it, and I'm going to apply that to my lower lash line. This is the Marc Jacobs The Smudge eyeshadow brush. I am obsessed with this brush because it's perfect for my bottom lid space. Now I'm going to bring some shimmer into the crease, and I'm going to go into Quirky, and I am going to take that on another small crease brush, which is a MAC 221, another amazing brush if you have smaller eyes. So this time I'm taking that on the outer portion of the lid, and I'm just going to work that into the crease and bring it about a third of the way in. I absolutely love when YouTubers get these opportunities, because maybe I'm a little biased, but you know, in the real world, like when you tell people what you do, like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, they just look at you like you're insane. So, because I've moved a lot of places, and meeting, you know, the new wives of whatever where Keegan works, and they're just like, oh, that's cute. No, it's my dream and I love doing it. So I think it's incredible when YouTubers get amazing opportunities like this to start their own makeup line, to, I don't know, do whatever they want to do and prove those kind of people that look at you like, okay, she sits at home and just talks to herself. You know, you guys supporting YouTubers and stuff, you're supporting people's dreams, and that's why I'm so thankful for all of my Mal Pals, because, you know, I have an illness and I'm not able to hold a regular job. So being able to have this outlet and, you know, share what I love with you guys and hear about what you love and the online community of it all, I absolutely love it. So I get excited when YouTubers have opportunities, and I know there's a lot of flack that comes with that, and I don't understand that, but that's just part of the online thing, you know, there's hate everywhere. I'm taking Kooky on a 217, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer portion of the eye with this and kind of bring in a little more warmth, because Quirky on its own can look a little, it's not a bad color, but if you're fair, it can look a little dirty on the eye. Now for my lid shade, I've really been enjoying Redonkulous, another word I don't like. The eyeshadow again is beautiful, but that word, Redonkulous. Okay, so there's a story behind it. I used to work at Hollister. I worked at Hollister for 5 years, from high school until like a few years after I got married. And I'm taking this on the Marc Jacobs, the shadow brush. My lid, I feel like Redonkulous is like one of those types of shadows that instantly look like a wet shadow with one layer, which is really pretty, but it's not like completely pigmented where you could do like a sheer, almost looks like a sheer overlay of shadow, but not in like a bad way. Anyway, back to the story. This video is turning into a story time. There was a guy I worked with at Hollister, and he was like, one day he came in, and I swear he invented the word. This was literally back in 2006. Oh, that's Redonkulous. See, I like made up that word. It's like ridiculous, but like funny. And that was in 2006. Tell me please in the comments below if you've heard anyone say Redonkulous 2006 and before. I swear he made that word up, and then it like caught on. He was just like one of those people, bless his heart, that just could get on everyone's nerves, but he meant well and he was sweet, but I gotta wipe that off. Got a little fallout there, but it's not bad fallout that clings. You can just with a powder brush. Now I'm taking Oddball. Oh, you know what? Dude, my mic has been over here the whole time. Okay, so now I am just going to build this up along the upper lash line. Oddball is an extremely pigmented blendable matte black, I think that that's probably like the most impressive shade in this palette. Like I would buy it as a single. I think it's beautiful. And I'm just blending that out, smoking it out, you know. Now with a detailer brush, I'm going into the shade Out the Other. I really like this shade. I do like in one ear, out the other. My dad used to tell me that all the time. Everything I say to you goes in one ear and out the other. It's got quite a bit of fallout, so just be careful when you're applying it. And I'm just blending with a little crease brush. I will say, the shimmer shades are a little fally outy, dusty, but in one ear is not that way, but the other ones are, so I don't know. But I don't know how that works, but it does. For the waterline, I'm gonna apply Chanel Stilo U in Agape. It's a really beautiful kind of burnt brown purple. I'm taking in one ear on a flat liner brush, and I'm just going to kind of bring some warmth to that waterline. And I'm gonna blend that Chanel liner down. Boom. See, in one ear is not as like fall out dusty. I don't know what that is. It's much smoother and less powdery. I'm gonna apply my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. We didn't do an everyday glam look, did we? We did more of like a fall smoky burnt leaf look. Well, okay, so my lovely camera decided to stop recording. For my face, I used Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Where did I put it? I don't know. I've been loving that lately. For blush, I used the Dolce & Gabbana blush in Mocha. All-time favorite. And highlight is the Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 001. Okay, so let's move on to lips. I thought it would be fun to do like... No. For lips, I'm taking the Makeup Forever lip pencil in the number 12. And this is actually beautiful on its own for this look. I'm using NARS Audacious Lipstick in Jane. You just need Jane in your life. See what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? This lipstick is just... beautiful. I also did a video about the top 12 fall lipsticks that you need in your life. I didn't include Jane because I've talked about Jane as a fall lipstick before, but if I hadn't, it would have been in that video. If you want to watch that, link below. This is the finished look. I hope you guys liked this and hope it was helpful. Overall, I really love the packaging. I love the way it feels in my hand. It's not too heavy. It's not lightweight. It doesn't feel cheap. Mirror bothers me, but that's just a personal preference. The eyeshadows are beautiful. I think all the eyeshadows are beautiful together. Whatever you want to do, you can do a smoky look with this, a daytime look. The negatives, I would say the eyeshadows are a little bit powdery. Okie dokie is the worst, and Quirky is probably second in line. I mean, you can make it work. It's not terrible. This is not the best palette I've ever used. It's not the worst palette I've ever used, like I said. It's somewhere right in between. It's a handy dandy. Pull it out. You can travel with it. It has all the shades you need if you enjoy warm shades. Now that's one thing. You can't really do a cool look with this eyeshadow palette. I would like to see her release a cooler toned eyeshadow palette. Quality is there. Like I said, the only negative is there is a little bit of fallout with the shimmer shades, except for in one ear. I definitely give my stamp of approval if you were interested in this palette. I think it's worth it, especially if you like collecting YouTubers, collabs, or their own launches, or whatever. I enjoy trying things out that other YouTubers do, so I really had fun purchasing this and reviewing this for you guys. The eyeshadows last all day without a primer. I forgot to say that. It has cooled off a little bit in Houston, so you know, I've been in 70, 80 degree weather and it's worn fine. So let me know in the comments below if you plan on getting this eyeshadow palette. But there is a giveaway. I will be giving away one of these eyeshadow palettes. So I ordered this palette and then literally yesterday they sent me another one on accident, and I checked. I didn't get charged twice or anything. They just accidentally sent me an extra one. I emailed her customer service and I literally got a reply in 2 hours. So that was really impressive. And I asked them if they would like me to return this, and they said no, just give it away to a friend. I'm giving it away to a Mal pal. I haven't even opened it. It still has like the sticker on it. If you would like to win the Laura Lee Los Angeles Cat's Pajamas palette, all you have to do is like this video, be a subscriber. You must be a Mal pal. I will check because I like doing giveaways for my loyal subscribers. Leave a comment below about what eyeshadow palette or whatever product you would like to see a review on. So just leave that in the comments. I will have the rules and regulations in the info box as well as everything else on my face. If you would like to see even more crazy, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Whatever I'm trying to say, all at Mallory1712. Also check out 1712 shop for new launches. I'm wearing one of the new items today. Don't forget, I also did my Chanel Holiday 2017 collection review Monday, so also I will have a link below to that. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm gonna shut up, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. Rules below. Love you guys.